Okay, so welcome back, y'all. It's your girl, Heavenly. All right, welcome back to Big Jupiter, the channel. It is I don't like this angle. Feel better. I'm trying to get the sun, y'all. Okay, yeah, it's like, is that it? Okay, so I am back with a part two of my message to the people of Earth video. I have been gaining a lot of views in that video, and I am very excited. Um, yeah, and to be honest, when I made that video, I really wasn't even intending on doing it. It was kind of like off a whim thing. Um, I feel like I need to air some frustrations that I was having that day, um, and that's what I felt like I could do about it. So I have a part two, and it's called A Message to the People of Earth Part 2, and some more stuff that I channeled about 2 days ago. So let's get into it. So the kind of world that would be left after the split in the shift into the new Earth in a 5-dimensional frequency. So here I want to talk about the reasons why certain people in places of power are not going to ever pay their fair share in taxes or contribute to the world like they should. They just want to hoard. They they want to keep things to themselves, for themselves. You know, they want to create their heaven on earth, but at your expense. So you get to miss out on your heaven on earth while simultaneously helping them build theirs. I know that some people want to believe that all of our problems will be solved if they did pay their fair share, or if they did share the resources, if the money would trickle down. But here's the thing. If these people naturally, from their hearts, don't come to the conclusion of their own to contribute to society and help share their wealth to make the world a better place, forcing them to do it with laws and policies is not going to work, and it's not sustainable for the long-term vision of society. And now, the reason why I say this is not to discourage anyone and feel like there's nothing that we can do. That's not what I'm saying. Hear me out, okay? I'm cooking. The reason why they have to come from a heart-centered space and place, because if they don't, they will find ways again to not pay their fair share, and then we're back at square one because it didn't come from them. It wasn't their own decision. It was forced upon them. Hence why they go so hard now with lobbying and paying into people's campaigns to not pay, is because they know that the laws and policies and systems in place to make them. So they go against it. You know what I'm saying? They put as much money and effort into not paying than they would into just paying, right? So if they're not wanting to give equally and from a place of love, and then the people who are in these tax brackets and can't afford to spend $1 million a day for the next thousands of years, while everyone else suffers, is equally operating from a place of lack and scarcity. Now, you may start to think, how is that possible? They are billionaires. How are they operating from a place of lack and scarcity? Well, just because on the surface they look like they're living in abundance and wealth and access and resources, that is not true. Because that could all be upfront, and it doesn't matter if you're not operating, from a place of love. Hence, why they feel as though they don't have to pay their fair share, and they don't want to help out the world, and that's okay because they're the ones who want to stay here in the 3D anyway. They want to continue to live, to find ways to live forever. It's a reason why they want to be able to spend $1 million a day for the next 1,000 years, and why billionaires are starting to become obsessed with living long and biohacking. Okay, I found the right note I'm supposed to be looking at. Okay, I'm trying to hurry up so I don't lose the sun. Anyway, so what I want to get into is what we can do in response to that, because we don't want to react. And I think that's what we've been doing for a very long time, because that's just an unconscious, natural reaction. But let's say we are conscious now. We're conscious of they're not going to change. We can't force anyone to change, right? We can't force anyone to pay their fair share in society, especially when they feel like it's worth more if they don't, right? We don't want to react because reactions are temporary and fleeting. We want to have a response to their actions to their choices that are affecting a large majority of the world. And this is how people will begin to fight back and to take a stand to create real and sustainable change. Also, I want to preface this by saying that we may not see the change physically just yet. We all have to understand quantum mechanics and how this universe is specifically worked, especially in the 3D realm. Because what I'm about to propose is done internally. It's done inward, and it's done within the 4D and the 5D, which is the imagination. The imagination is the quantum field. Your imagination is your quantum realm. And we also have a collective imagination, which is Pisces in astrology. That's what Pisces represents. The collective. The imagination of God. The collective imagination, the collective beliefs, because what you believe is what you will manifest. Now, a lot of people may have heard the saying, like, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. Because the 3D reality is just a reflection of the inner world, okay? So, what you believe is what you will manifest. What is being reflected back to you. That's why Pisces is the last water sign. The biggest mirror in the world is water. There is the ocean, if you want to think about it, the cosmic waters. Everything is a big-ass reflection in the world, technically, because we live in a symbolic universe. Okay, moving on. So the way that you can combat this and respond to the billionaires and the people who think like them and who support them and that whole system, and is by creating a world with which that could never happen. And if it does happen, it's on a large scale, not only a select group of people. Because if you want to believe in a world where everyone could live on $1 million a day for the everyone can live on $1 million a day for the next 1,000 years. That is possible, and it is not unheard of. It's on a thought. It's thought of, and see, there is this. Excuse me. It's not unheard of. It's on thought of. And see, there is the difference when something is unseen. It's not because it's not real. It's not because it doesn't exist. It's not because there is no evidence or proof that it doesn't exist. It's a 50-50, just like in Schrodinger's cat experiment. Okay, so if y'all have never heard of Schrodinger's cat experiment, I want you to go look that up. If you want to learn some quantum mechanics, that in itself is like, in a nutshell, what the quantum means. And then I'm going to go in and explain. I'm gonna explain the experiment and how it correlates, but I'm just gonna do it briefly because I gotta get through this. But if you want to know, like, actually learn about Schrodinger's cat, or you could even learn about the slit experiment, which explains quantum physics, quantum manifestation, basically. When your attention collapses particles into waves, waves into particles and particles back into waves, so it's actually vice versa. Your attention, because you exist, because of your presence, and whatever you choose to direct your attention to, collapses waves, collapses time, collapses timelines. Okay, so that's kind of where I want to get into it with that. So now I'm going to go into explain it, but I just wanted to preface that this is what I'm talking about. Okay, it's an experiment, and I learned about it when I was in my junior year of high school. I took AP chemistry because I was doing really good in regular chemistry, and I was like, oh, I should go to AP. I don't know why I just didn't go to honors, but AP kicked my ass. And I only remember passing one test. But for some reason, the quantum mechanics section, the quantum physics section that we had to learn about briefly, I remembered everything. Just not when it came to actually taking the test. Okay. But anyway, moving on. So we're going to talk about Schrodinger's cat. So, in Schrodinger's cat experiment, when you put a cat inside of a box with a radioactive material, and then you close the lid on the box. So, at one point in time, there's a split chance that the cat is both alive and dead. But the truth exists because we are unable to see the truth. Both the truth of the cat's state of alive or death, we are unable to tell because it's a lid. So there's something blocking our perception. So both truth, the cat is both alive and dead. And that's what it means to be quantum. Okay. I'm trying to find out where I was. Okay, that's what it means to be quantum. Because in a quantum field, both of these realities exist. Both of these timelines exist where the cat is alive and the cat is dead. And they both are operating simultaneously. Both realities are existing simultaneously. That's what it means to be quantum. And you won't know if the cat is alive or dead until you take the lid off, removing the veil of that's blocking your perception, and seeing if it's alive or dead. Now, here's where things can get tricky. So far, you have had a group of people that has told you that the cat is dead. Okay, so imagine this. Imagine we all hanging around this experiment. We see Schrodinger put this cat in a box with some radioactive material. We see him put the lid on there, and he's like, the cat is both alive and dead. And we all know that the cat is both alive and dead until we actually take the lid off. But for right now, because we're in the quantum field, we know that the cat is alive and the cat is dead. So that means there's a reality where the cat is alive and the cat is dead. Okay, I want y'all to stick with me, because I'm finna explain quantum physics and where we are in the state in the world right now. Okay, now there's a group of people that has been telling you that this cat is dead. There's a group of people, powers that be, organizations, whatever you want to call it, religion, that has told you the cat has died, the cat is dead, and we are now, because that has been what we've been told. And so unconsciously, because we have forgotten spiritual amnesia, when you come down to earth and you incarnate on earth, you come here with spiritual amnesia, so you do not remember anything. Why you came down here, what was your purpose, the contracts you made, the things you had to learn, you don't remember. Okay, so there are powers that be, people in place, organizations, systems, religions, dogma, whatever, that has been telling you that the cat is dead, and this is now a reality that the cat has died. This is the reality we're living. The cat is dead, let's move on, this is the world now. You follow? Okay. And you have been going along with it. We all have. I have too. We've been going along with the cat has been dead, and it's been dead. We don't talk about the cat being dead. We don't talk about Bruno. We don't, the one who shall not be named. That's all our lives. Everyone has only known that the cat is dead. But we also have forgotten our duality. Specifically in this world, we have forgotten and we do not remember the true duality of this world, which is the cat is both alive and dead. Stick with me. See, some people in power have chosen that the cat is dead and has chosen to tell you that the cat is dead so that you don't try to revive the cat, so that you don't remember the cat is alive and dead. Not take the lid off. I think that also needs to be mentioned. We are not taking the lid off. Okay, just in case some people's mind got lost. No, they didn't take the lid off. The people in power that have been telling you that the cat is dead, we still don't know. That's the mystery. That's the universal mystery. Okay, that's what it's like to live in this universe. We don't know if the cat is alive or dead, but they have told you that the cat is alive or dead. And moving on, we all believe the cat was dead, even though they never opened the box and we never opened the box. So there's still two realities happening here, two possibilities at play here. But they have taken away your choice to see the other one because you spiritually don't remember that there's another one. You don't remember your divinity, okay? So people in power have come into this notion, and they know that the cat is either alive or dead. They don't know for sure. They're not absolute, but they know that the cat is both alive and dead. So they've chosen that they can get more out of the cat being dead. The reality in the world where the cat is dead, they get a whole lot up out of that. That benefits them. That's the world they want to live in because it does so much for them, okay? Than the cat being alive, okay? So they tell you that the cat is dead so that you don't try to revive the cat, so that you give up your power of choice and choosing if you want the cat alive or dead. Because certain people who want the cat dead, it benefits them because they have forgotten their divinity, or they remember and are choosing to use spiritual bypassing. Either way, they have also chosen to take away your natural given birthright to choice, whether you want the cat alive or dead. And so here's the point where we wake up and remember that we have a choice to choose. If the cat lives, and collectively, I think we can say we're at this point where we want the cat to live, and we are tired of living in a world where the cat is dead, and we're tired of being told that that's the only choice to make. We're tired of being told that the only choice to make, first of all, we're not even being told that there's a choice to make. We are having our right to choose taken away from us and the choice being made for us. So not only did they just pick and choose that this is the world that we were going to live in, which is the cat being dead, but they also took away our remembrance of choice, our birthright to choice. So they've even told you that you don't even have the power to choose. You're weak. You're just human. That's all you'll ever be. You're not divine. You're not chosen. You're not special. You're not powerful. You don't have the gall. You in what army? Y'all are too dumb. Y'all are not smart. Y'all are stupid. You got sins that you need to repent, so you shouldn't even try to make a choice on anything. How about you repent? How about you feel bad? How about you feel stupid? How about you be afraid? How about you be in fear? We rather you be there than try to think that you're powerful enough to have a choice and to opt out. Like, what do you mean you want to opt out? What do you mean you don't want to be a part of this world anymore? You never had a choice. Okay? That's what they want you to believe. That's what they have been telling you. That's what's been brainwashing you. That's what's been pushed into you. They never wanted you to know that you had a choice. Okay? And the choice, they don't even want you to remember that you have a choice. And also, it's your natural birthright. It's your divine birthright. And you have a choice because you exist. You have a choice because you're alive. You have a choice because you're breathing, you're here, and you have to live in this world. You have to be here. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't. But you have to be here right now, at this time, in these moments. So you should get a choice. Make sense? You should get a choice. We have been completely taken out of the equation. We are forever changing, and I mean forever. We're the changing variable. So with that, we are able to see the truth. And the truth of the matter is, the world where the cat is alive is a much better world. But also, our choice to choose has been tricked out of us. We've been tricked out of our choices. Do you feel deceived out of that choice? We don't even know that it is a choice. We didn't even know that we had to make a choice if we wanted to. People have to wake up and start. People need to wake up, start using it, and start reclaiming their divinity and their natural born rights to choice. Your natural born right to choose what kind of life you want to live in. To choose if you want to have your side or not. To choose if you want to remember your divinity or not. In a way that we do that is we have to imagine what the world would look like if the cat was alive. And that's all it takes. That's literally the single thing that you have to do, is believe that the cat is alive, and you have to imagine a world where the cat is alive and where the cat is thriving, where the cat has everything in some way, somehow it survived being in the box with a lid next to radioactive material. That's how this all works. That's the part of Schrodinger's experiment that I've never heard no one else explain. That's the gift of that experiment. That experiment is telling you, in the quantum realm, in the quantum field, you have choice. You have the right to choose the right field to only respond to your choice. What you choose, and it's all up in progress. I'm sorry, y'all. I was doing a voice to speech thing, and I can't read. It's not all cohesive. You're right. You have the right to choose all possibilities, all opportunities, all directions. It's all open to you simultaneously in the now moment. And you have the right to choose. The field actually waits on your response. Now, the next thing we got to get into, okay, is, are you making that choice consciously or unconsciously? Because that's another big thing that people who want the cat dead and want to live in a world where the cat is dead has also tricked you out of your choice to choose whether you want the cat alive or dead, by having you choose the death of this cat in the world where the cat is dead unconsciously. Because if you knew consciously that you had a choice, and if you were making your choices consciously, you would choose the latter. You would choose to have the cat alive because that benefits you. But they don't want you to know that. They want you to keep choosing the world where the cat is dead because it benefits only a select few. Because you don't know that there's simultaneous parallel realities happening where the cat is alive and thriving. We all have to imagine and believe in this world in order for it to be a choice. And then you actively choose that world every time, no matter the discomfort, no matter the pain it brings, no matter the suffering. Because would you rather suffer and be in pain and discomfort to bring about a new world, or a new world that benefits everybody, including yourself, or be in pain, discomfort, and suffer, and also not have your own heaven on earth, but be in all that pain and discomfort and not have your heaven on earth, but give it to somebody else? So do you want to work hard all your life, suffer, be in pain, struggle, to give somebody else their heaven on earth, so that somebody else and a select few can have their sovereignty and convenience and luxury and abundance, and then you have nothing? Or do you want to go through the pain and discomfort, temporarily at that too, and have everything that you could have ever imagined for yourself, and not only that, but also for everybody else, even the select few? Can you imagine? You work the rest of your life, energy harvested, and give up on your dreams and your vision for someone else to have their heaven on earth. Do you want to lose your heaven on earth just so someone else can have theirs? Or would you rather live in a world where everyone can have their heaven on earth, and you have yours, and they can have theirs? I'd rather have the latter, but you have to use your imagination. You have to connect back to your inner child and remember what it was like to live in your imagination, to have an imagination, you have to build this muscle of creating within the mind. It may seem easy to do, but the next step is, how long are you holding this frequency? Something that you have to exercise and build it's a muscle. Even I've always said that I've naturally been an imaginative person, but when it came down to actually being intentional about what I'm imagining and creating within the mind, that takes some skill. And I still had to put in work. You wasn't with me shooting in the gym. I still had to put in that work. I'm officially 2 months in, 60 days into my ARC series journaling challenge. I've done it so far 3 times. I'm in the middle of my 3rd one. I'm on day 10. I do it for 12 days, from the new moon to the full moon, and then from the full moon to the from the full moon to the new moon, that's a completion cycle. That's a 1 lunar cycle, so it's usually just an integration phase, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's where I'm at with it. It's crazy. It's just my iPad shadow. Trying to get out my shadow. There's no way. Anyway, so yeah, that's basically what I've done now. And so that means if I had actually worked out this long, I would have lost weight by now. I would have lost weight, you know. But anyway, so yeah, that's what it takes. That's what it takes. You have to start operating from your heart space. And you know how okay, moving on. You know how people love to say that children are not born with hate, they learn hate? Exactly. That means your inner child, your inner child has the keys and the codes to pure forms of love, unconditional love. Children love unconditionally. That's why a lot of adults are messed up, because they love their abusers as children unconditionally because they didn't know any better. But imagine if you took that same love that you still have and transmitted through all the pain and suffering and abuse that you may have encountered as a child, or in early childhood, or even in other parallel lifetimes that you brought here to work through, that carried on through the adult life. Imagine if you took some of that unconditional love through all of that suffering and created a new world where no other child has to ever live like that ever again and experience that ever again. You see how that works? You see how that all worked out? You see how even though it happened in that experience and was very much real to you, you can now create a better and a newer experience to where that it never has to happen again, because you went through that, you've experienced that. Why do we got to keep going through all these same stuff if someone else experienced it? Because we're not creating from this pain and suffering. We just keep reliving it. We just keep going back over it over and over. Now, if you're one of the 3 waves of volunteers, this is a little different, because with the 3 waves of volunteers, we don't really come here with karma. Now, I have learned that from my own experience, a lot of the karma that I came here to work through, it just came from childhood. Like, it came from this lifetime. You know, like, the waves of volunteers have a sheath over them, so it kind of keeps them from creating new karma. Like, that's why a lot of volunteer waves of new volunteers in the 3 waves, a lot of them don't want children, because that creates karma. So it's same thing. So this is more so for the souls that came here that's not one of the waves, and probably came here and has been here on earth reincarnating over and over and over again, because something you're not working through. Okay. You have the ability to make sure that these things never happen again. And this is what it means to truly manifest. This is what it means to be a quantum creator. And that's what it takes to co-create with Source. That's what it all means to create New Earth. We have all been here. Your girl was thirsty. Okay. You were meant to be here to manifest something better. Manifest the next best thing. But we have been stifled in that. And I'm going to tell you this right now. The council that oversees our planet is not going to allow us to have any more big leaps in technological advancements. They said that we can't sustain that kind of tech and those kind of advancements in our civilizations, because we don't know how to handle it, because we are not operating from the heart. We are not operating from conditional love. And so every big investment we have in advancement we have in technology, we use it to harm each other and to kill people and to stifle our growth and our spiritual ascension. and to hoard resources and to energy harvest and experiment, and not in good ways. If I was a Men in Black agent and I have been undercover for this long, I truly believe that this is the point in my life where I've exposed my identity, and I am now blowing the cover and telling everybody, like, this is what's going on. And this shit is intergalactic, it's dimensional, it's multidimensional, it's universal. There are other beings here. It's not just humans in the solar system or in this universe. And the earth is about to fucking ascend to the next level. And it's the most unheard of evolutionary journey, and humans will not be here to see it. Only a select few will. So what do I mean by that? You gotta watch my last video. But basically, Earth is ascending to the 5th dimension. And that doesn't mean the whole planet is going. It's just a whole new Earth will be created vibrationally. Okay? So Earth will ascend frequency. So let's say Earth... So if those of you who work in radio, let's say Earth right now, 3D Earth, is operating at 96.3 hertz. Right? Just throwing it out there. In the 5D, Earth will be operating from 97.3 hertz. And it's still Earth, though. Like, Earth is still FM, not AM. Or Earth is still 96.3 AM, but now new Earth is like 96.3 FM. You see what I'm saying? It's still the radio. It's still a frequency. It's just, instead of tuned to this one, you're tuned to this one. And it's completely different. It's a whole different frequency. Okay? And so people are still going to be here on Earth. The planet is still going to be here. But people are going to be operating in different dimensions. Like, imagine you going this way and then I'm going this way. So instead of our paths crossing, okay, so imagine you finna walk. So imagine this is somebody walking and then this is me. If they in my way, I'm going to bump into them, right? Because we in the same dimension. Same plane, same realm, all that, okay? New Earth and old Earth frequency. This is old Earth frequency. This is new Earth frequency. Our paths may look like they're going to collide, right? Well, they may look like they're going to collide, right? But because I'm on a different plane, our paths may brush against each other, but they will never intersect because I'm in a different dimension. Same Earth, different dimension. Same plane, same dimension, different dimension. We won't even notice each other. We won't even see each other. And so that's how different things will be. And so the people who want you to keep believing that the cat is dead and this is just the world that we live in, old Earth, new Earth, new Earth. I don't know why I'm making this face, but this just I crack myself up, y'all. Okay, so yeah, and also Earth ascending to the 5D has never happened before. This is the first planet that has ever had its own evolutionary ascension and going up to the 5D from the 3D. Okay, and so everyone in the universe is watching. No, we are not alone, and everyone is watching. Everybody is watching to see if Earth can do it. So let me just preface by saying this. If you want to know more about this, go to my last video, A Message to the People of Earth. That was part 1. Everyone is watching in the universe because it's never happened before, and they want to know if Earth is going to be able to do it. Like, is Earth really going to be able to ascend? Now, here's the trick, though. Earth go ascend regardless. They're watching to see the people of Earth. Are they going to ascend? Because basically the council said they was going to kill everybody and start evolution over if we don't get our shit together, and we keep making these technological advancements and they not coming from the heart, and now they're harming people and destroying whole civilizations and whole populations and whole numbers of people. And basically the council's like, look, we've seen this storyline play out time and time again on other experiments on other planets with different civilizations, and they've all come to the same conclusion that even when we try to influence from the outside, if they're on a path to destruction, they end up destroying themselves. So the people who destroy themselves, certain group of people or many, they tried to warn them and they still destroy themselves, or they would destroy themselves and their whole planet. So the council was like, okay, look, with Earth, we're not doing none of that. We're not influencing. We're gonna see if so basically they're like, yeah, if y'all keep making these technological advancements and y'all using it to harm people and kill people, we're just gonna start over. Which is the same thing that actually happened with Atlantis. Atlantis was doing experiments on human DNA. They sent the floods. That's literally what happened. Now, they took some people from Atlantis to see the new civilization, which one that happened after Atlantis. They took some people from there. Some people survived. Some people was taken specifically. And then when the new civilization was built up, they brought them back down. Same thing that's going to happen here. Same thing. Earth is going to ascend regardless. If people are on this bitch or not, Earth is going to ascend. So y'all either get y'all shit together and y'all ascend with the planet. And just some people just are not. Some people are just not going to. It's a spider right here. He kind of close. He got these long ass arms and shit. Let me get up out his way. You stay over there, I'm stay over here. Anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on, y'all. So if y'all want to know more, just go watch my previous video. I basically talked about everything from there. Anyhow, moving on. No one created the new world, and that's why I'm saying this. I think there's a lot of people, but the ones who are building and creating the new world, but they can't be the only ones, because they're just gonna, you know, it's a collective thing. It's like we all failed the assignment in class, but individually some people got better scores, you know, and that's just where we are right now. So some people just are doing well, but it's a collective thing. Like, we all have to work together to create the new world. That's why, like, today I put out these tweets, and I was saying to, like, people, if you're gonna go protest, if you're going to protest about Gaza or about the ICE raids and the immigrants in the US or the Sudanese people, like, if y'all gonna gather, y'all need to be manifested. Y'all need to be all collectively imagining a world where Gaza is free. Gaza gets aid. Gaza got food coming in. Gaza got health aid coming in. Countries are pulling up on Israel, and they like, if y'all don't let these people get their shit, we gonna go to toe-to-toe with you. Like, we're not playing no games. Like, that same thing we hear in the US. Imagine a world where those immigrants are walking out of these detention centers. Imagine a world where there's ICE raid workers who are dropping their guns, who are not showing up to work, who are, imagine them saying it on the news. Like, that's a good thing. Like, imagine the news saying, there's, ICE is being defunded, or ICE has, so that's just, you know, where we are right now. And yeah, you just gotta manifest. It's like, think about it in anime. You know when they all have the mage types, and they be like going to war or a battle, and they be like, we need the mages, and all the mages be like up on the cliff, and it be like every single one of them, and they just be standing there, mage power, you know what I mean? But they do it all collectively. Like, you'll never see a mage on the ground or up here, down there. No, they're usually in a group, because mages together is stronger than one mage. And they're all doing the same magic for the same purpose, the same output. Like, they're all working together. So if you're going to go protest, if you're going to, like, me personally, like, I made a Twitter post that said, like, posting and sharing is all I can do. That's a lie. I was lying. That's not all I can do. I can imagine a better world, okay? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to imagine a better world. I'm going to imagine seeing hella ships pull up on Israel and making Israel drop their guns. Or I'm going to see the Israeli soldiers choose not to participate anymore. I'm going to see people eating in Gaza, people celebrating, the whole world celebrating, us, people in America celebrating, everybody saying, you know, congratulations, you know, they're sending aid, they're sending support, they're sending, you know, people to go toe-to-toe with Israel, period. They're sending aid to Sudan. Like, other African countries are helping Sudan instead of meeting with Trump. They're in Sudan, helping Sudan. Burkina Faso, I see him building a beautiful, beautiful city, having a strong economy, living a long life. I see the immigrants here reuniting with their families, the children reuniting with their families, people being let go, people being left alone, ICE agents not showing up to work. That's the kind of world y'all need to be imagining. That's the kind of world you need to be imagining. A better world. It's a collective thing. Everybody needs to put their heads together. If you're going to be protesting and you're going to be gathering, don't beat on no pots, don't scream, don't get into no fight with no soldiers. You sit your ass on that ground and you close your eyes and you imagine a better world. You can't get arrested if you ain't doing nothing. And tell yourself, I am safe, I am protected at all costs, at all means. Call on your divinity. Call on your divinity. If you're going to go protesting, you calling on your divinity then, so call on your divinity when you're defenseless. Call on your divinity when you're sitting there with your eyes closed and you're like, God got my back, I'm safe, and I'm going to imagine. That's what needs to happen. That's what people need to start doing. I'm not at the protest. I'm not on the front lines, but I got my imagination. And so far, I have created so much in my life, and so therefore, now I'm going to take my divine gifts, and I'm going to manifest a better world. I'm going to manifest where the shit stops and it ends. And I ain't got to get beat up or pepper sprayed or none of that. None of that. Pray. If you go pray, pray. But don't beg and plead. No, that's not how you pray. You pray by giving thanks for what has already been done. You give thanks for the world you prefer, for the outcomes you prefer, for the thing coming to life, for the confirmation, for the physical return, for the manifestation of it, the materialization of it. You said, oh my God, I'm so thankful that them people in Gaza is now getting the help that they need. I am so grateful. I'm so happy. I am so happy to hear. I seen that those people over there is getting their health care. They're getting the medicine. They're getting the aid. They're getting the food. They're getting the water. I am so happy Israel is being held for their crimes against humanity. I am so glad that Palestinians are getting their justice. I'm so glad that I'm so glad some people pulled up to help. I'm so glad the countries came together and actually stepped up physically and supported the Palestinians. I am so happy that the other countries in Africa supported the Sudanese. I'm so happy that the people in the Sudan got food and water. I am so happy that other countries showed up. They showed up with some aid to help them Sudanese people. I am so glad that the war has finally stopped. I heard about it. I seen it. The war has stopped in Sudan. I am so happy and grateful. I am so happy and grateful people are finding their loved ones and their family members. I am so happy and grateful that the immigrants have been let out of these detention centers here in the U.S. I am so happy and grateful them ICE workers stopped showing up. I'm so happy and grateful they let them immigrants go. I am so happy and grateful the countries pulled up. They pulled up and told America to stop. I'm so happy and grateful that the workers didn't come to work today. I'm so glad somebody fucked up at work today. I'm happy. That's what you do. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go in the house. This spider, he don't know what he want to do. Anyway, thank y'all for listening, and talk to you later. Bye.